5 seconds. Friends, I am very happy to be here once again to give away the national awards to teachers. This is the third time in succession that I have been asked to associate myself with this pleasant function. I agreed to do so with the pleasure because I am deeply interested in the advancement of the teaching profession and the welfare of our teachers, as the institution of these awards avowedly aims at the achievement of these two objectives. I thought it was the duty of every one of us to extend our fullest support to it. I do not think there are many subjects of national importance on which opinions have been expressed lately so frequently as on education in general and our educational system. Public leaders belonging to all schools of thought have now and then expressed their concern at the slow pace of education in our country, the delay in bringing about necessary changes in the prevailing system, and the sense of dissatisfaction often expressed with the lot of the teachers. One peculiarity of the views expressed on education has been that the difference of opinion among diverse critics has been more or less marginal or just nominal. All are agreed about the need of eradicating illiteracy in order to vest democracy and adult franchise with real significance. There is also general agreement on the need of introducing certain changes in the present system of education, which owes its origin to India's erstwhile foreign rulers who had devised it primarily to meet their own needs of administration, business, etc. Conditions have since changed completely, and these need no longer hold good. The whole purpose of education, it is argued, has now changed, and with it also our general perspective. Not only that, our national requirements have also changed. It is therefore only proper that whatever we teach to our children in schools and colleges should also change accordingly. I need not detail here the steps taken by the government during the last 12 years or so to devise a system of education which will suit the country best in its changed conditions. Commissions and special committees appointed for the purpose have submitted weighty reports. Action on certain aspects of such recommendations and proposals has probably been taken, while some are, I believe, under consideration. Educating the masses of a vast country like India is a gigantic undertaking which calls for nationwide efforts and almost limitless resources. These factors naturally operate as something like brakes on government's initiative. In spite of it, however, the union and the state governments have taken action not only to provide additional schools and other educational institutions of all kinds, but also taken bold decisions to improve pay scales of teachers, particularly of those working in primary schools. I agree with Dr. Srimali that whatever has so far been done in this direction is by no means adequate. This frank admission on the part of the Union Education Minister should be taken as a measure of government's earnestness and determination to effect further improvement. The importance of the teacher's role in the building of a nation is now universally recognized, and along with it, it is also realized on all hands that his emoluments, which have been so far inadequate, should be commensurate with the responsibility of his calling. Let us hope it will be possible to go another step further in enhancing the emoluments of our teachers in the near future. I have just returned after a tour of 4 states only a few hours ago. During this tour, I had the good fortune of visiting several educational institutions in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. I was happy to see the general enthusiasm among teachers and students for making the fullest use of available facilities. I would commend the system prevailing in Maharashtra to people of other states as well, for it appears to me that it is something like a cooperative effort wherein the initiative and the incentive remain with the people. I am glad to know that the institution of National Awards for Teachers has gained wide recognition and has been welcomed by the teaching profession. The number of awards offered by the union government has necessarily to be limited, but I should expect that the governments of the states also do some such thing on their own so that the services of a still larger number of teachers may be recognized. If, for example, every state were to select a few best teachers from every district,